Hello guys, Angry Birds 442 with probably the last news video of the year, so kick back and enjoy this, whatever this is. So, we're gonna start this whole thing off with Ireland. Now, trying to regulate Roblox for a new online safety act, which will regulate platforms stronger, like Roblox, due to concerns of how addictive Roblox is for children. Which, at that point, I would believe that a parent should be responsible for how long a child should be online. And on the computer as well. Especially online, dude. The internet is one vast place. It could be good or bad depending on who infiltrates what. But yeah, I usually don't cover this kind of stuff. But since it's an entire nation instead of like a state like Maine, precisely, which happened a couple months ago. And the only reason why I haven't covered a lawsuit out of Maine regarding the addiction of Roblox among someone's child is because, you know, I thought, you know what, that's kind of pointless for me to cover because, like, if your game is that addicting, and, you know, the parents should do something about that, I think, regarding the addiction to Roblox, per se, because the more someone stays on the game, it'll drive all the stats up. And that's probably what the developers are trying to go for, all across the board, which I don't know if that's necessarily it's a good thing for player count, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if it's like a good thing in the long run, mentally speaking, for the user at least. Spending so much time in. And some of these Roblox games are probably not that good either, honestly. And, you know, it's just absurd that we're talking about lawsuits and regulations due to literally addictiveness, but we're gonna get into something much worse. So now we got Roblox reinstating podcasts, which is the game that had all kinds of violent and inappropriate topics that people just did in these podcast games. Which I've joined the podcast game on and off once. There were a couple of very suspicious names. Like, one of them is including trying to hook up people on Roblox, which is, by the way, not allowed. Even despite Dave Bazooki trying to normalize it in the long distant future, which, you know, the long distant future doesn't water down anything for me, at least. But yeah, this is just absolutely scuffed stuff, and it's not good. And look at the quotations around friends. Talk about suspicious. And someone just said, yeah, being a certain somebody that is a criminal offense is actually okay, which is not, actually. And then somebody has told Schlepp, because you remember, Schlepp can't join Roblox again unless Roblox decides to unban him. But Schlepp was sent all of this information. Find your New Year's, okay. What the heck? And we got more inappropriate content. Kids-only server? I wonder what that could be used for. Literal, you know. And someone really tried to say Schlepp is annoying. Like, do you feel called out by this? If so, you can just feel called out in private. Like, we do not care if you were called out. Like, you shouldn't have even done any of this heinous crap in the first place. And people were like, okay, why are people doing this again? Like, giving this crap game a second chance, because we got a bunch of these inappropriate people infiltrating it to the point that the owner, who knows if the owner is actually doing a thing about it. If they are, good, but if not, however, that's where the game should be taken down. And there's even worse, by the way. We're not even done. We got inappropriate themed thumbnails. I mean, even I was like, okay, how does Roblox recommend this crap to people? Like, this is not a rock eating simulator at all. As much as the title wants to tell you, yeah, it's a rock eating simulator with someone literally bent over, probably not looking for anything to find and put away. No, it's pretty graphic, and I probably should have censored all this crap. And you know what? They try to update it. It's no better. It's probably, I don't know if it's even worse, but they're in the same level of absolute sheer disgust that I have for this type of crap. And it needs to be taken down immediately without delay. And you know what else is needing to be taken down? We got an item for you. And it's mocking a dead child, which is absolutely disgusting. I know I made a video about a previous item which was taken down, but the owner is still unbanned to re-upload the same thing again. And I don't know if it's necessarily the same uploader, but it's definitely the same person who is wearing that new item, which is just absolutely disgusting. And this better be taken down by New Year's, or else, dude. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it's just absolutely atrocious stuff. And the fact that it was even allowed in the first place by AI moderation, essentially, is just absurd. And the mother of that child, who is now deceased, said that this item should not be online and to take it down. Especially in the nature that it was made for? Absolutely. And then, you know, it's just absurd that Roblox just don't give a crap about their moderation on the catalog enough. And then someone just said, ever heard of humor? Humor of what? A child who is no longer with us? Like, your rage bait is so horrible that even I can sense it from like 1.5 miles away. Do you know that? If not, then now you do. But you know what else isn't rage bait besides making items of dead children? Literal attacks. Targeted attacks. Out of San Antonio, where a female who was playing Roblox, you know, ended up being a target of a literal swatting incident out of San Antonio on Sunday morning. Which I never would have guessed that such a thing would necessarily show up before the end of the year, but, you know, that's the kind of crap could happen. It's crazy that, you know, a swatting incident has occurred from Roblox to real life. And, you know, the person who was affected by the swatting was unharmed. Thank goodness, man. And, yeah, this swatting crap has to stop, okay? Absolutely mind-boggling, stupidly insane behavior that even I has to step in and say, this has to stop immediately. So, I guess that'll be all I have for this video. If you guys like it, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on your notifications. Comment what you guys think about everything down below. Check out Plainside Memorial Cemetery if you want to, of course. And I will see you guys later.